Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final table of the $1,500 WSOP event number 36, World Series of Online Poker, World Series of Poker, World Series of GG Poker, WSOP 2020, whatever you want to call it. We've arrived at the final table, and these boys are playing for a whole lot of money. We have some legends on the table, some players we've seen in previous hand history reviews, and some very big stacks as well. Your chip leader coming into the final table is Olivier Rebello, also known as Big Poppy Boss. Second place is Michael Caprioli. Michael Caprioli, also known as Papa. No, that's Rodrigo. Michael, which one's Michael? Michael Clack. We don't have the full name. Oh, Michael Klacher. Michael Klacher is in second place. Your third place stack is Joao Vieira, who everybody knows, NASA, all-time legend, absolute boss. Then in fourth place, we have Victor Zemili. Some of these names are tough to pronounce, but I try my best. In sixth place, we have Martin Zamani. Then in seventh place, we have Neil Joshi. In eighth place, we have Jose Luis Davia. And in ninth place, the short stack is Rich Dixon. But don't count him out, because anything can happen at these final tables, and he can definitely ladder up and make himself some money. Speaking of money, the amount that they are playing for is $297,000 for the winner. Second place getting $218,000. Third getting $156,000. Fourth getting $113,000. Fifth getting $82,000. Sixth $59,000. Seventh $43,000. Eighth $31,000. And ninth place, the minimum cash for this final table is $22,800. So this is our lineup. This is who is going to be rocking and rolling for this final table. We are very blessed to have access to Cards Up coverage, guys. We are going to have access to all the whole cards. This final table was streamed on a 30-minute delay, so we are able to get access to all the whole cards, and we are going to get our study on. We are going to watch these bosses do their thing, see what some top level play looks like when we are dealing with high stakes, big ICM implications, and most importantly, a World Series of Poker bracelet for the winner. Welcome everybody to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful night, and I hope that you are excited as I am to watch this final table. We will be keeping up with the chat, so I see you. Welcome everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. And yeah, feel free to throw questions in the chat. I will do my best to answer them as we go along. Anthony asks how many events I've played. So far, we have played 3 events. We played this 1,500 event. Unfortunately, didn't cash, but that is the nature of tournaments. We played the 525 Super Turbo Bounty on Sunday and built up a decent stack before getting Kings cracked. And we also played the opener event where we started with 50,000, coming back to play on Sunday, and we have 850,000 in chips. Chili Pops, this is a $1,500 buy-in event. Very big, very steep, very big action. Mike Canton says, "Hi Grips, I enjoy your poker coaching content." Thank you, man. Much, much, much appreciated. Oh, wait, what is this little message here? Your tournament game clock. Even if you have 30 seconds, you will only have 30 seconds. This is interesting. Really want to see what this says. And the beauty of having this feed is that we can also pause it and go back. All right, sorry. Blinds will increase every 30 hands. Every player will be allowed an individual game clock. Oh, that's interesting. So there's no like effects of like stalling or trying to time it to go up on someone's blind. I like that adjustment, actually. Your game clock is calculated based on the average tournament M ratio and the remaining time from your time bank. Whoa. You will still have 5 seconds tagged even if you spend your whole game clock. That's interesting. I think I'm going to message my peeps there and find out a little bit more. What up, Baron A? Thank you welcome to the stream. Original field Slim Sick was 1,342 players And we have arrived at the final 9 competitors in this event. I'm going to bump the chat up a little bit. There you go. A little bit easier for me to read. Yeah. Let's rock and roll here. So blinds coming in the final table, 250,000, 500,000, which means it's a fairly shallow final table. The big stack only has 30 big blinds, and you know, your medium-sized stacks have 15 to 20 blinds. So everyone's kind of got a ninja around on these shorter stacks. And we should see some interesting things as a result. I think ace-9 will see a fold here coming out of the gate. This could be expensive for Neil on the first hand. He has 10 blinds. He's got king 10 blind versus blind. If it folds him, he'd probably be getting in there. This is almost certainly a shot. But Rich Dixon, your short stack at the final table, only has 6 bigs. He's got a pair on the button. That money is going in the middle, my friends. Without a doubt. That money is getting shipped to the middle. And hopefully for him, he can hold it down. Ace King for Jose Luis San Jordi Davia. What's the river going to be? It's a sweat 8 ball. The pair of 3s is good. Rich Dixon doubles up from the short stack to the middle of the field. Actually, that double up is going to put him in 4th place. You can see the chip counts and the ranking right here if you're curious. Unlucky for Jose Luis, but you know, you don't fold ace king in tournaments generally, and you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out there, but it was definitely the right call. Michael coming in with the raise. Interesting to see what happens with pocket 10s here. Olivier does have the chip lead, so he can put ICM pressure on Michael, but at the same time, yes, ace queen's gonna fold. Ace king maybe fold on these stacks, but the bigger pairs, jacks, queens, kings, aces, definitely not folding. So maybe it's in Olivier's best interest to just flat here with 10s, see what happens on the flop, rather than making a 3-bet that kind of forces him to call off all his chips. But he can put the maximum pressure on Michael, given that it is a first place stack against a second place stack. All right, ace-8 in the big blind offsuit, probably going to see a fold. Michael catches the pair on the flop. And I think we'll either see a check or a very small bet here, like a quarter of the pot. Comes in for a check. We may see 1 bet go in post flop here, but we may also not. Michael now can definitely bet for value. And I think, yeah, Olivier is just not even going to call. Do you guys think he would have called 1 on the flop there? Or do you think on the ace high board, since he's really only ahead of king queen suited at that point, because the pocket pairs, jacks, queens, kings, aces, were all ahead of him pre-flop, and ace queen and ace king and ace jack have all improved to a pair of aces. Do you think he even calls a c-bet on the flop with 10s, or do you think he just mucks it right away and says forget about it? All right, pocket 10s here for Michael. Definitely going to see a raise. And probably just going to be a fold around after that. No one else really picked up anything that they can go to battle with. Yo, what up, Phil? Thank you for the GLs, man. Always nice, man. Sunday's going to be a big day. Tomorrow's going to be a nice day too. We're going to do another one of these final table cards up reviews. I think we are reviewing the 6 max early start if we can get a feed. I'm fingers crossed we get a feed for that. And then Sunday we have a bunch different final tables we could be sweating, or we could just be featured on one and someone else will be doing the commentary covering us. All right, ace deuce offsuit on the button. We do see a fold here. There's a couple of reasons to fold. One is you got the short stack here. Jose has 2 blinds. Another one is he's in the middle of the field. He's kind of in the middle of the pack with 6 mil here, so not really incentivized to take variance and volatility to his stack. Yes, if he takes it down, he increases his stack 20%, but he also puts his entire 6 million at risk, which is worth quite a lot given the payouts here. As we mentioned earlier, the top 4 all getting 6-figure paydays, which is very, very, very significant. And the other reason for folding ace deuce is that you don't really want a deuce in your hand, because that's one of the cards you want your opponents to have, so they can have a folding hand. So with ace deuce, Fine to just fold there. And we may see him fold some other aces. It's the start of the final table. His seat is worth a lot. It's not, with his stack size of 12 blinds, he doesn't want to do as much kind of raising to steal. He's more looking for spots where he can just put all his chips in one single unit so they can be strong together. Also, if you guys are wondering about these stats here, these little stats here represent the VPIP of the players in the hand, what percentage of hands they've been playing kind of throughout the tournament. And if they have a fireball, I think it means they've been running hot in terms of all-ins. And if they have an icicle, it means they've been losing their all-ins. Anyway, we see Martin Zamani coming in for the shove, 12 big blinds on the button. This should get through. I can't imagine Hoao is going to call here with a suited king. I'd be curious about like king-queen suited, maybe? But I think given the chip stacks the way they are, it's probably not worth it for him to do any gambling. And we're probably just going to see him fold that regardless. All right. Do we think 8-9 suited is going to open under the gun? Or do we think, you know, he's looking for more blocker type hands, Broadway type hands? As the chip leader, he can definitely justify it. On a shorter stack, would not want to see an open here with 8-9 suited. This spot's fine. And he'll likely get it through. What do you guys think of this background? A lot of nice cash there. Nice shiny bracelets. Very, very sweet. All right, pocket fours for Jose. It's got a decent chance of being the best hands. Should he push here and someone else calls, he's getting 2-1 on his money, which is a nice price. Only thing that's unfortunate is he has no fold equity, and it's pretty much always going to be a flip. Whoever calls him is not, I mean, they can only have threes or twos that he's ahead of. So maybe he doesn't shove it because he knows he's going to get called. And the fact that he's always flipping, but no, what is he? He needs to double twice just to get back to ninth. Yeah, he's got to take it. He's got a pair. He's got to take it on two bigs. You hate it, but what you really hate was losing the flip with ace king. Olivia gonna call 100%. It's a coin flip. We know one ace is dead, but there are still two more aces in the deck. That's one of them on the flop, and that is going to send Jose Luis Davila to the rail. He's going to be taking home $22,882 for his 9th place finish. A very nice payout in this $1,500 WSOP event on GG Poker. All right. We think Martin's going to open here. 14 bigs, 4th place stack with the ace. Don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably not with 5 players to get through. No, he does. Does come in okay. Oh, wow, with Queen Jack suited. You going to dance? Probably the worst ace we would see Martin open. Very interesting. What do you guys do if you're Hoao? Do you flat? 3-bet? 3-bet to a small amount? If so, how much? Damn, it seems like a lot of... It's not a lot of chips to jam in terms of raw chips. It's only 14 chips. But it looks like he folded. But in terms of chips relative to the leaderboard, jamming a 4th place stack quite a bit. And not necessary to take the risk there of running into a hand. So we see the fold. And we see Hoao fold ace-7. This is kind of why I expected Martin to fold ace-8. For the same reasons. That they just don't really need to take variance right now. But whatever. Some people like to open it. Some people like to fold it. Some play on the tighter side. Some play on the looser side. Welcome everybody over from YouTube who's joining the stream. Hope you guys are having a great night. Thank you for tuning in to this final table cards up live stream courtesy of GG Poker. Very blessed to be partnering up with them during the WSOP to be able to bring you this unparalleled coverage of World Series of Poker events. Really is a dream come true to get to commentate on final tables with this information, man. I love it. Such a great learning experience. All right, we see Hoao coming in, raised with the queens. I'm imagining that on his 10 blind stack, Victor's going to be shoving here. Ace Queen is good enough to make the cut. Are there any? There's one shorter stack, but yeah, Ace Queen, real strong here. And we do see the shove. Hoao going to snap call with queens. That's a premium. Victor drawing to 3 outs and 3 outs only. Ace of spades, ace of hearts, ace of diamond. One more card to come. That is not going to be an 8. And Victor Zemley is out in 8th place. He's going to be taking home $31,534.07. Nice payday for sure. All right, down to the final 7 players. They've all got $43,000 locked up with up to $300,000 going to the winner. Oh, wow, now in a very nice position. 2nd place. This guy is on like, I feel like this guy's on every final table. I feel like every final table we review, Joao Vieira is in there. You know, he never seems to miss a final table. He's good like that. Interesting to see if Michael will play this. This is a similar spot to the ace deuce offsuit hand earlier where, yeah, you got an ace on the button, but you got one player who covers you and one player who has a stack that could rejam, and ace 3 suited is a good hand to rejam with. Something about chipped. You could see it going either way. Raising because he has the big blind covered. And he comes in with a limp. Makes sense when you don't know whether you want to raise or fold. Limping makes sense being in the middle. He gets to play the hand in position for the rest of the hand. Keeps the pot small, and he takes 2-1 on his money here, which the ace probably is going to have 33% equity, which is what you need. Joao completes. And if you're Rodrigo, yeah, I love the shove. You see a limp on the button that you assume is going to be weak more often than it's strong. It's not like Martin Zamani coming in there with the aces. I think it's more likely going to be like a Jack 10 suited kind of hand, Broadway hand that wants to see a flop. Not going to get a flop here. And this ace 3 suited should get through. I can't imagine Michael's going to call off for half his chips with ace 5 offsuit. All right. And on this hand, allow the one playable hand. 2 cards above an 8, but not even going to take it. He's not raising it in the chip leader. He's not interested in that ICM pressure. He's happy to pass on that. He's out of there. Fast action. How long each blind level? I think at this point, the blind levels were probably 20 or 30 minutes. Probably 20. All right, Martin opens. We see Martin is definitely looser than your average player here. We saw him go for the ace 8 open. Now he's going for the jack 10. Seems to be picking on Rich Dixon a little bit. If you're Joao Vieira, you probably know that Martin's opening wide. You could see this being a 3-bet here. But I could also see it just being a fold. Because, he doesn't need to risk the chips. But we know Martin's a loosey-goosey. Joao knows it too. He's got and he's comfortable 3-bet folding. No, 3-bet calling. And then folding if Olivier comes over the top. And he gets it through. An open from either of these guys. Yep, Joao now having the chips that he can justify opening a little bit more. Only player to worry about is Olivier, the chip leader, who folds. And on this short stack of Neil, Joao can happily run the cards here. Currently in 2nd place. 14.5 million. You defend from Neil. That's a fine board for Joao. Are we going to see him bet like 600K, 800K, 500K? Min is enough to get the job done. And Joao up to 17 million. Keep an eye on this player, guys. He is a very, very talented Texas Hold'em player. Olivier Rubello coming in for the shove. It's only 10 blinds effective. Ace 9 offsuit, more than a good enough hand. get that done. And that's correct. Yeah. Slim's good looking out, Phoenix. For the final table, the blinds go up every 30 hands. It is not based on time on the WSOP final tables on GG. It is based on the amount of hands so that players can't try to time the blind increases on other players. It just is what it is. All right, Queen Jack offsuit. Gonna go in the middle. And I think, I mean, if you're Michael, the price is decent here. 2-1, but 3 deuce, about as bad as it gets. Probably just gonna see a fold here. That bracelet in the back looks so good. So good. We see the fold from Rodrigo there. Important to be able to fold your smaller pairs in early position, especially when you're on final tables where there's lots to be gained just by surviving, just by staying in the game. It's important to be willing to just make those folds and say no thank you to variance on your stack. Olivier is certainly going to open, and wow. Rich Dixon, he did fold ace-3 suited earlier. We've seen king-queen to be kind of a trouble hand. Man. 10 bigs versus early. Maybe you can fold for the same reasons as Rodrigo. 2 potential pay jumps. They got 43,000 locked up, but if they move up 2 spots, it's 82K. That's a very good amount of money. I could see him folding this or shoving this. Guess you could see him flatting it too. Olivier being the chip leader, maybe you can assume he's going to open wider, which makes it more of a shove. Yeah, he does take the shove. And if you're Martin Zamani, pocket jacks are too good. Also make note of this, friends and family. Most of the time, sub 20 big blinds and especially sub 10 big blinds. Jacks, queens, ace, king are too strong to fold. Big action ahead, but it's only for 10 blinds. You got to hold on to those pairs and hope for the best. And then as you get shallower, 10s, 9s, they're just too strong to fold. Now, if you're in Olivier's spot, the price is pretty nice. 4 million for a pot of 16 if he calls. He's getting 3-1 on a call. He only needs 25% equity. He may not have it. If they both have pairs, he certainly got it. If one has ace king, actually, honestly, as long as it's not like ace king and kings, probably has the price, and he can afford it. It's 4 million chips to potentially eliminate 2 players. Could see the call. He'd still be at 15 million. If he calls and wins, he has 30 million. And he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-handed. He just gets to run over the table completely because this guy's short. So the ICM power that he would unlock if he wins here is huge. If he folds, he's at 19 million. He's still the chip leader no matter what. But if he calls and loses, he's still basically tied 3-way for the chip lead. So I think the upside of winning this pot is way bigger than the downside of losing this pot, that it's justifiable to take the risk and call here. But that's not saying it's a must call by any means. You could easily be up against ace, king, and a pair, in which case you've got your queen and your queen only. But wow, he would have hit his ace, and barring a jack on the river, this is a crucial pot that definitely would have changed the fate of things. If Olivier calls and hits this ace, he has 30 million chips, gets a double KO. We'd be down to the final 5 players with 82,000 locked up, and he would have a massive chip lead. Massive chip lead. But, you know, 'tis a big risk to call here when you've got 2 other players who, you know, we got a reshove all in versus an early position open that could be a very strong hand. This is the weakest hand you're ever going to see here. And a call that's very strong. Could easily have been ace, king, and a pair, in which case, do you want to call 4 million to hit your queen? I mean, maybe still. Price could be right. Yo, what up? 9-1 Lycan. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well and staying safe too, my man. All right, with that elimination, Rich Dixon is going out in 7th place for $43,453. And now we are down to the final 6 players. $59,000 locked up. Well, just shy of $60,000. And the prices will only continue to go up from here. I think we'll probably see a walk from Hoao, but with Neil being shorter here on only 3 million, it's justifiable for Hoao to make it like 1.25 million or something. Try to steal the pot. And when he limps in, Rodrigo certainly just going to shove, take it down. The thing is, like, if you're in the spot with ace queen and you can't see the cards, though, you're like, how could I ever call here? Like, I can't see the cards. How could I ever call here? Kind of thing, right? But you know what? Let's do a quick Equilab. We got the time, right? Let's just see what ace queen versus ace king and jack. I mean, he needed 25%. Doesn't quite have it if it's the worst case scenario. If it's versus jacks and queens, he has it though. If it's versus jacks and kings, he has it. But like just barely. But if he's up against ace king, it's trouble. What if they both have ace king? He probably has it if they both have ace king. Yeah. So in many cases, he's got like a break even call. But he could say, whatever, I'm the chip leader anyway. I don't need to risk my position. I can do enough work with these chips anyway. It's just if he wins that, he is the overwhelming chip leader. And it's game over everybody else, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, back to the action. Michael has a pair of 7s on 20 blinds. Comes in for a raise. You get a fold from Hoao. I think Rodrigo probably going to fold king 10. But he's justified if he wants to. He does have 14 blinds. And then Olivier. All plays are fine. 3-betting to 2.5 million, putting pressure, 3 million's fine. Calling is what makes the most sense. That's kind of what you'd expect. And shoving's pretty high risk, but also you have maximum, again, ICM pressure. First place stack shoving against a mid stack with 2 short stacks out there. It's very hard for Michael to call. The risk premium, as one of my coaches, Ben CB, would say, is very high. See a c-bet here. Olivier didn't really catch any piece of this board whatsoever. Crappy backdoor straight draw. Ace high. He does make the call. Price is pretty reasonable. And now he gets tricky with it. Turns the open-ender. He's going to lead out here. He's saying the 8 is better for my range, being in the big blind, than it is for the cutoff. He's got more of the 6-7s, 6-8s, 8-7s, 9-10s, Jack-8 suited, Jack-7 suited, all those things than the cutoff has, which is very true. But the issue for Olivier here is that Michael doesn't just have, you know, his cutoff range. He's got the top of his cutoff range. Set of 7s, very strong hand here, and he's certainly not going to be going anywhere. Goes with the call. Now, does Olivier follow through on the river? Maximum scare card. I mean, how much 9x does Michael have? 8-9 suited if he plays it. Jack-9 suited if he plays it. And, you know, with the 2 pairs, got the, I mean, grimy spot. Pair of jacks in a very tough spot facing another barrel here from Olivier. But we'll see what happens here. Time is ticking. To be honest, with the pot being as big as it was on the turn, 8 million, 6 behind. Olivier could have just some like 2 pairs that are dead or pair and straight draw hands. I think Michael would have been justified to just shove the turn too. You check. No value bet on the river. Rightfully so. Very dangerous run out there for pocket 7s. And Michael takes it down. That pot gets everything a little bit more even. Your current chip leader, Joao Vieira. Second place, Olivier Rebello. And in third place, Michael Klacher. Got an open shove from Olivier. It's pretty cool to see all these countries represented. I mean, when at the World Series of Poker will you get all these players getting to play all the events, man? We got Brazil, Canada, India. Is that like a Dutch flag? Zamani's not Dutch. Where is Mr. Zamani from? From the USA, but I'm not sure this flag. Then we have South Africa for Michael. Oh wow, Vieira rocking the Portugal, and Rodrigo doing. Whoa, Neil makes the call with Jack 10 suited, decides he's the short stack. The hand is too strong to lay down. He says, let's run the cards. Worst case Ontario. Jack 10 suited versus pocket jacks. Not a whole lot of hope here. Gonna need a ton of help. 2 runners to make trips. Does not make it. That's gonna be a GG for Neil Joshi. And we're down to the final players. Final 5 players. Nice cash though for Neil. Taking home $59,877.78. 5 players remaining. Locked up $82,000. And when we are 1 player shorter, we'll be looking at a 6-figure guaranteed payday for the remaining players. But you know what they're all playing for. You know what they all have their eyes on. It's not the $297,000 up top. Okay, maybe it is. But maybe it's only part of it. It's that golden bracelet in the background. World Series of Poker glory that they're looking at. Zamani comes in for a limp. Michael checks his option, sees the flop. Quick stab from Zamani, takes it down. We'll be seeing a lot of that, blind versus blind. A lot of limps in, and then min bets. Let's take things down. All right. Whoa, Rodrigo comes in for the steal with ace-3. Okay. Okay. On the short stack with the blocker. I mean, it's not getting through. Did get Olivier to fold the 7s. Rodrigo folds here. We're going to get a raise. Shove from Zamani. Tough spot for Olivier. But Rodrigo goes with the raise fold there. Kind of surprised to see just the open on the short stack there. Maybe he figured he'd get more credit being on the short stack. I mean, this clearly knows what he's doing to make it this far in a tournament. Willing to fire 2 bullets. No messing around. Martin Zamani got 10s. Definitely coming in for a raise. Michael could go either way with his hand. This could be a flat call in position. 26 blinds. It could be a fold. I'm not calling and taking variance against the bigger stack with a mediocre hand. I'd rather have something like ace-jack suited, ace-queen suited. Fair enough. And it is, you know, the great blocker hand for the 3-bet. Only thing is Martin Zamani is opening on a short stack who he's going to be priced to call off versus, and therefore he's more likely to have a hand. But we've also seen Martin Zamani opens a very wide range of hands. So if there's anyone who's going to be opening light, it would be Martin Zamani in this spot. And you can't fault Michael for going for the 3-bet here as a result of that. Given what we've seen from other final table reviews we've done over here on the Grips Poker Training channel, I think the most likely thing we're going to see is just a shove here from 10s. In these spots, if your opponent has you beat, so be it. A big pair like this, especially 5-handed, is too strong to fold. And because they can be 3-betting you light, and the amount that you can take down is so much, it's just worth shoving, right? You're picking up 5.2 million when you only have 13 mil behind. It's almost a 50% chip up, and you're pushing them off their equity. Michael's got 30% equity, not if he gets forced off his hand. So he'll probably just ship it in, and Michael's going to fold. Yo, congrats, Estelle. Happy to hear you made that cash, man. Congratulations. Good luck to everybody who's still remaining. Y'all are still in the free roll. Get your money. Get your money. And the other thing about the 10s is you just don't want to play out of position. Yeah, it's a tough hand to play out of position. It's much easier for your opponent to realize their equity and play their hand properly when they're in position than when you're out of position. So to avoid making those mistakes post-flop, from kind of having your hand a bit face up and them having their cards very hidden, it's better to shove it in pre-flop. You say, if you got it, you got it. Let's run the cards. Maybe I'll hit a 10. The hand is much too strong. And that takes Martin Zamani into first place, chip leader, actually. Wouldn't be surprised if we get an open from him here. He's definitely a splashy player. Yo, it's Rick. This was a $1,500 WSOP event with 1,342 runners. We're down to the final 5 players, guaranteed $82,000 with a first place prize of $297,000. This is potentially an interesting pot. I see Martin Zamani coming in with a big C bet. Trying to discourage all floats, basically narrowing Olivier's range to pairs and pairs only. Wow. Okay. I believe the reason for this bet, for this size, is to fold out any straight draws and pairs of 8s and 7s that Olivier has. Even with Olivier having top pair here of kings, when Zamani makes this bet, where he is basically saying, I'm committing myself to this hand, I am ready to play for all the chips, Olivier may have to just lay down king 9 here, because Martin, yes, he has jack 10, but when you can't see the cards, it's pretty easy to think he's got king queen, king jack, ace king. These really strong hands that are looking for big value. Man, very tough spot if you're Olivier. You can only run it if you put him on a bluff. And great play from Martin Zamani. We see the power of betting and betting big. And he did act pretty fast there. He bet it pretty confidently. Huge takedown there, and that puts Martin Zamani into the chip lead. We're going to see a shove here from Rodrigo for 9 blinds. And we may see a call from Martin. He's beating all the small aces. He's beating all the broadways. 9 blinds. Yeah, you could probably find a call. But it's close. It's close for sure. Wow. Running hot. He calls it. Not hot enough. 3 outer on the flop, followed by a 3 outer on the turn. And Rodrigo doubles up to 9.2 million. He is still alive in the tournament. It is the Netherlands flag. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought, you know, Dutchy. Pocket aces for Rodrigo. Gets the takedown. And if anyone's going to open Jack 4 suited, it's Martin Zamani. He is a blaster with a capital everything. Playing for the win. Pretty sure he's got a bracelet. He's got very good results. Total live earnings 2.2 million. Maybe not a bracelet, but he's got a super high roller cash. Super high roller win. There he is. Killing the game. This is the Zamani style, man. They fire, they put maximum pressure on you. It's so much fun to watch. So much fun to watch. All right. We see a flop 3 ways here. Olivier with the best hand. Pocket 7s. Rodrigo gets a piece. He opts to lead out. This is kind of cool, especially with this sizing. If Olivier just has overcards, because it's 3-way, he may fold them. I think if it's heads up with overcards, Olivier would peel. But in a 3-way spot, he may actually just drop overcards here because he has to be worried about both players. And could potentially get squeezed out. Whereas if it's heads up, he can just call the lead, knows he's seeing the turn. 3-way has to be concerned about getting potentially raised. With 7s, I feel like he'll probably call 1 and then potentially fold to a second one. This is the power of leading. Rodrigo can be doing this with a 3. He could do it with an 8. He could do it with clubs. And if you look at that whole range, right? If you look at the whole range that he can lead with, 7s is not doing very well, right? We got 7s, we got 6 of diamonds, 3 of diamonds. And then what's the flop? 8 of clubs, 3 of clubs, 2 of clubs, right? This is the actual equity, right? 7s is crushing here. But if we give him 8x, right? Just like an 8x. And we could give him a ton of flush draws, and it wouldn't matter because the flush draws are all like super live, right? You give him strong flush draw. Not going to change it much. You give him a weak flush draw. I mean, king, 5 of clubs, right? You give him that. These aren't going to change it very much. So it's, if he has 8s in his leading range, Olivier's just in such bad shape that it's not worth continuing with the 7s. And that's why this 3x is a great hand to turn into a bluff, man. Great lead. Great play from Rodrigo. That Brazilian power poker right there. They find the spots to lead and go for the steals and the check raises, and that was really well played, taking that pot away. If he check calls there, Olivier checks back the turn and is winning at showdown very often, but by taking the lead, he sandwiched the pre-flop raiser between a pre-flop caller and was able to take it down. Here's the thing, even with the overpair, Olivier may just call, and if that's the case, Rodrigo can barrel when he improves, and he can check fold when he doesn't. So it's a really nice play with a pair and a backdoor flush draw to take the lead in the hand there. I really like that. I hope everyone here on Twitch is enjoying the show so far, and welcoming everybody on YouTube to the final table cards up review of event 36, World Series of GG Poker, a $1,500 buy-in event that started with 1,342 players. We're down to the final 5 players, and courtesy of an awesome offer from GG Poker, we are bringing you cards up final table coverage on a 30-minute delay, and we'll be doing this every weekend during the World Series of Poker for the next 6 weeks. Grips, can you show the payouts that are left? I can't do it right now. I don't. I requested that they add that to the players tab, but we don't have it yet. But we're working closely with the people who are running things at GG, so we will be able to get some adjustments made and probably have it for the next one. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you want to help out the channel, please hit that like button. Help us rise the ranks. We haven't been doing a ton of stuff on YouTube, so it does help a ton. Martin Zamani going for the reshove here, 20 bigs. He's really just playing for first. We're seeing what playing for first looks like, and it looks very aggressive, very good, very exciting. Man, he's got a big lead at this point. 2x second place. We're going to see him coming in with tons of raises. He's got an ace. He's raising. Michael's got to push it in with the 8s here on 14 bigs. This will go through. Thank you, Shamkuli. I appreciate it, man. 3 hands makes a big difference for Olivier to call. I mean, the spot with the lead, it's just not even if, because Rodrigo can have an 8, it makes the equity of 7s really bad. If Rodrigo was never leading with an 8, you continue with the 7s. But because he can have an 8, it's kind of trouble. Wow. Martin Zamani is so loose. I could see these guys wanting to rejam on him. Wow, all the aces are in play. And he just says, no, I'm not even going to let anyone rejam on me. If you guys want to play, it is for all of it. Just open shoves 20 bigs. Playing for the win, maximum ICM pressure. Because remember, they have 82,000 locked up. It's 113,000 for the next spot. Then 150, then 200,000, then 300,000 for the winner. People don't really want to be calling off here. And this should get through. I can't imagine a world where Rodrigo calls off 20 blinds with ace 10 suited. No chance. No chance. As he is running hot indeed. All right, ace queen. The Brazilian style, probably 2.2x. Yep. Martin Zamani not going to be defending 5 deuce. No real need. Gives it a little show. Says here we go. Here's what we got. Rodrigo going to come in with the 2.2x again. Now Martin on this stack, I would expect we just see a shove with Martin style, but also, you know, just taking the pause to look at it from both angles, he could decide to not do a jam here because risking half his stack is not worth gaining a 10% boost. If he gets a reshove through, he increases his stack 10%. Cool, he's still the chip leader. What changed? Not much. The gap is slightly increased, but not a lot. Whereas if he happens to run into it here, whether it's a flip or he's way behind for half his chips, now Rodrigo's the chip leader and Martin loses all his ability to apply pressure because he's second place stack. So I could see him shoving because it's first place against second place, and therefore Rodrigo, I don't know if he folds ace queen. He doesn't fold ace king, but you know, tough spot for him. But I could also see him not even playing the hand because he's just like, I'm already the chip leader. No, so he does take the push. Rodrigo can't call with ace queen, right? He just can't. Can he? He can't call, right? Well, let's drop that word from our vocabulary. It's not whether he can't, it's whether he will or won't. You can do whatever you want in poker. You just click whatever button you want. I think with ICM, yeah, he's just finding the fold button. I was going to say he's got to find the fold button, but he doesn't have to. He doesn't gotta. He chooses to. And Martin has all the chips. And we saw, right? He's been pushing it around. But notice how he went for the win from the get-go. We saw he was willing to run it with the jacks, facing an open and a shove earlier. We saw him barreling off with the jack 10 to really put the pressure and pick up the chips. He's playing a style that is going for the win from the get-go. He's kind of throwing he's using ICM against people, but he personally is not concerned with moving up. He's concerned with winning. And when you're playing to win, anyone else who's playing a ladder is going to give you a good amount of chips. It's the power of playing for first place. We should see a raise fold here for king 6. Take down for Michael. 20 big blinds. Probably going to see a raise here for Martin again. We saw he's very willing. We saw earlier, remember, he opened ace 8 in a spot where Joao would not have opened it. And knowing how loose Martin is, either of these players could jam. Ace 7 suited is certainly a good enough hand to jam against Martin Zamani's opening range from the cutoff for 16 bigs. Yeah. And then Rodrigo, you know, I would expect facing an open and a reshove that Rodrigo would fold here. But Martin is super loose. Joao knows that, and Rodrigo finds the call with ace jack. He is ahead. He is significantly ahead, a massive favorite. Oh, but it's a 7 on the flop for Joao. And a jack on the river for Rodrigo. Wow, what an insane hand. What an insane hand. That is how Joao Vieira was eliminated in 5th place, making a great read of the situation versus Martin Zamani, but getting ambushed by Rodrigo. What a call by ace jack. That's wow. That's, man, I'm surprised. He's risking so many of his chips there. But he finds the win. He decided that was one of those, you know, inflection points where now he's got a ton of chips four-handed, and he's basically saying he's going to get, you know, top 2 as a result of that. So at this point, every player is guaranteed $113,698. Third place is going to get $156,673. Second place, $215,892. And first place, $297,496. This is big money poker, people. We should see an open here from ace 7. And Martin, he's just going to shoot this up massive, right? Is he going to make it like 6 million, or is he just going to make it all the millions? It's for 35 blinds here. 6 million it is. Nice sizing call, Gripst. Nice sizing call. Is there deal making at these FTs? I don't know. I don't see why there wouldn't be, but I don't know for sure. I have not made a final table on GG yet, so I haven't had the opportunity to make a deal. But since they have all the other features in their software, I would imagine that they have a deal making at the final table. But don't know for sure. Olivier on this stack size could justify shoving on 14 bigs, but I think a min raise is slightly more likely. Yep, comes in for 2.1. Expect he'll take it down. 8-5 offsuit's not really worth defending. Yeah, fold from 7-5 off. Oh, sorry to I misclicked there. It happens. Raise from Martin Zamani. Fold for Michael. Rodrigo gonna call here. Yeah, suited hand, almost a suited face card. Those Brazilians, they don't fold when the math is there. And the math is certainly here. Flops bottom pair and a flush draw. Wow, super live hand. Chip lead versus second place. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I have no idea what's going to happen here. And that's what's so fun about watching these final tables is we get to learn from these awesome players. Just from seeing what they do, man. Still, that's a Zamani barrel with Jack 10 to just knock Olivier off of King 9 was just mind-blowing. And here he is again. He's just a big pressure player, man. He makes these barrels where he is putting his opponent to a test where he can fold out like 90% of their defending range because he can get them to fold like top pair. It's so incredible. Rivering top pair, does he go for value or does he just check it back because 7-8 got there? 9x, I mean 9x it's still hero call. I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, Marty goes for it. Snap call from Rodrigo. Nice run out to catch the 10 on the river. The funny thing is, here's the thing. If the river was not a 10 and Zamani kept barreling, he probably wins this pot. This 10 cost him this pot. I do not think Rodrigo is going to call down 3 barrels with a pair of 2s if he does not improve. So you got to love the heart that Zamani has here to fire. And it's just an unlucky run out. It's like, oh, well, he needed to catch a 10 or a jack to win. That's winning based on the merits of his cards. This guy was ready to win based on the power of his chips, the power of sheer aggression. And just unlucky for him that his opponent had, you know, that top 5% hand that can call. We were talking about how he makes plays where he gets his opponents to fold out 90% of their range. You're never going to get them to fold the top 5 or 10%. And that's what this river gave Rodrigo. All right, ace queen suited, opening. Olivier with the price, likely call here, but with ICM considerations, doesn't need to defend. Nice, good fold. Non-ICM, non-final table, ace four is probably calling there, but because there's value in just surviving and just moving up payouts without getting involved in confrontation, folding makes total sense. King queen suited. Could be a 2.1, could just be a shove for 17 blinds. Yep. Shove makes sense. He's just saying, I got a good enough hand. I'm happy to play for all the chips. If you guys woke up with something, by all means call me, but I'm not just seeing 3 cards and potentially getting knocked off my hand, nor am I getting beat by some 8-7 offsuit BS. I'm all in. Show me a premium hand. And if you got it, good luck on the river. I'll see you there. Do not know what's going to happen here. Martin's all over the place. Could have seen a limp. Could have seen a min. Michael, you could see a rejam from Michael. Yep, he's got the suited king. It's the second best blocker to have after an ace, and it's actually a really nice blocker to have because when you don't have an ace, it's more likely your opponent has an ace, and there are a lot more aces that are raise folding. Ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, it's probably not 8. Then ace X's that are calling 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. So he goes for the reshove here with king 5 suited. I love it. He's just saying this guy's way too loose and whatever, even if called 30% of the time, works every time. 8, 7-8 suited. Probably just a min. And Rodrigo again, he's taking the price. If Rodrigo has a suited hand and he's facing a min raise, he's defending his big blind. If Rodrigo has a face card and he's seeing a min raise, he's defending his big blind. Rodrigo is calling. Rodrigo is not messing around with the folding. And he's going to be check calling on this board at the minimum. At the minimum. Biscuits McGee says GG has deal making. Do they have it on WSOP events too? I think they should. and you just have to leave a certain amount to the winner. But maybe because at the World Series of Poker, deal making is not allowed because they want to have those big prize pools and those big top payouts. Maybe GG is honoring that. Olivier gonna go for the one more barrel on the Ace River. It is the perfect card. The Barry Greenstein. They have the heart. We know he's got the diamonds, but does he have the heart? He does. Fires 60% pot. Rodrigo got to fold it. Great barrel from Olivier. Nice catch on the river. No dealing for WSOP events would make sense. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll go ahead and find out in the future if they do or don't. See the same spot as earlier. Slight difference is that no, there's no difference here. I was gonna say Martin doesn't cover, but he actually does. So kind of the same spot as before. Kind of surprised that he calls with the ace 5 here, but he folded the ace 4 before, given it's the exact same spot. Maybe he's mixing up his play. You know, he's just mixing it up. All right, nice flop for Martin. Takes it down. We're still four-handed action here. Everyone here locked up a 6-figure payday. Minimum take home going to be $113,000. Maximum take home going to be $297,496. That is a lot of dinero for these players here on this World Series of GG Poker final table. Nice background, eh? Got the nice GG, the WSOP, the piles and piles and piles of cash. I wonder if for the main event, they'll put even more cash. Where like the whole arena is just like filled with cash. It'd be glorious. You got that beautiful shiny bracelet there. Michael comes in with the limp with the 4s, takes it down with a stab on the flop. GG's. All right, Rodrigo. Come in with the raise here. Takes it down. Definitely see Martin coming in with the raise here. Probably going to see Rodrigo defending. He's got a connected hand. I told you, Rodrigo defends suited hands, connected hands, face cards. Very reasonable minimum requirements, standards for getting involved. Martin going to take it down with a C-bet here. Nice continuation bet. Got the right board for it. Maybe get a walk here. Michael wants to go for the steal. I'm surprised by the steal attempt here, raising into the chip leader and a stack that can easily reshove. But we have seen that Michael likes to play hands. Limped in with the ace 5 earlier, limped in with the pocket 4s just now. Came to play. I'm quite surprised. I mean, this hand is very, very bad. 10-6 offsuit. Unless there's like a mistake on the card reader here, 10-6 offsuit is a pretty bad hand. And you know, he's kind of in the middle of the field. Just going for the pure steal. Good luck to Gusto. Captain Killshot says deal making is not allowed in WSP events on WSP.com. So probably the same for GG. Yeah, I think they're just honoring the integrity of the series and just having no deal making. Shout out to Boom to Boom Dipstick as well in the chat. Goku, Tamingus, Hot Plucker. Anybody else? Say a little something, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitch. Let me holla at you, boys. Holla at you, boy. Get a limp in from Martin. Michael raising 1.8 or 12 million. 2.6 goes with the 4X. Gets it done. Easy limp fold from Martin Zamani. Kings under the gun for Olivier. I think we'll probably see a flat from the big blind, Rodrigo. King 8 suited. Shout out to Maze. Shout out to Pot Plucker 13. Thanks for being here tonight, y'all. Nice final table action we get. Gotta love these study sessions. All right, Rodrigo flops a board that's very good for the big blind. We've seen him lead before. Do not be surprised if we see him lead again. Exactly what he does here. It leads for 1.2 million. Reasons being, if Olivier just has overcards, he's probably going to fold to this bet. Same as we saw earlier, he folded sevens to the lead from Rodrigo. So it makes sense that he would go for this here. Olivier certainly not folding kings, calling. Thoughts on raising, guys? Thoughts on Olivier just shoving here? If he's up against 2 pair, he's dead. If he's up against pair and a straight draw, he's flipping. If he's up against just pair, he's got him crushed. Maybe he's better off calling, waiting for a brick turn to come off, and on a brick turn, then being willing to get the rest in. And that is most certainly not a brick turn. That's going to be a turn that costs Olivier almost all the chips, probably. He kind of can't raise now because Rodrigo can have an 8. Same as he can have a 9 and a 7. So Rodrigo just took control of this hand. And Olivier is going to be stuck just calling. And this river may save him, but it shouldn't really change anything. I guess ace 9 is one of the hands Rodrigo could do this with. But ace 7 is not betting the turn again. Ace 8 already had him beat. Ace 9 might just check raise the flop. So the ace shouldn't really change anything. Is Rodrigo going to go for all of it or go for like 3 mil? He goes for all of it. Gross spot for Olivier. Guess the question is, would Rodrigo triple barrel with just a 9? Would he triple barrel with 9-10 here? Would he triple barrel with 7-6 here? Why not? He certainly could. Yeah, the board run out just really was not favorable for Olivier here. And I think he's probably good enough to find the fold and realize that, well, he's just not beating much anymore that would actually triple barrel here. Yeah, what up, you see my care face? Toxic horror, what's good, man? What is good? Using the full-time bank here. Full thoughts. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Finds the fold. Well done, Mr. Fake Bilzerian. And Rodrigo has a massive chip lead. He's got over half the chips in play. He won that ace-jack against ace-7 suited and kind of never looked back. Fortunately, on this replay, we can skip the break and get straight back into the action. So let's keep going, see what's going to happen here. Four-handed battle between some Wizzo wizards. All right, blinds up to 300,000, 600,000, which means Olivier has 10 bigs. Martin Zamani and Michael Klacher both have 20 bigs, and Rodrigo has 60 bigs, man. Got a zillion. Is he going to shove it here? Yup. Put the max pressure on Olivier. Short stack, got a call. Ace-8 suited. Way too strong to be folding. You hate to call off short, but you know you're in plenty good shape against the range, and that is a very nice turn card for Olivier. Finds a double up, 13.2 million. And now everyone's tied for second. Everyone's tied for second. Anyone's game at this point. Limp, check. Olivier could go either way here. He does have a few backdoor draws, so I could see him going for a small bet here. Akash, this is a $1,500 buy-in event. Started with 1,300 players. down to the final 4. Everyone's guaranteed $113,000. Third place, $156K. Second place, $215,000. First place, $297,000, and a World Series of Poker bracelet. Very, very, very epic spot here. Zamani could bet to charge the draws in Olivier's range, maybe the 10s. He could also check back to induce bluffs, although probably not too many hands that are going bet flop, check turn, bet river. And you know Martin Zamani, he's mixing it up. Michael can go either way here. Again, we know Martin's super loose, so reshoving here, picking up the 20% increase in the middle makes total sense. At the same time, flatting with this hand is very attractive because you dominate some of the suited King X and some weaker King X and some Jack X as well that Martin can show up with here. Flops a gut shot. Martin decides not to fire at it, says there's way too much Broadway and paint and draws on that board. Way too much of a chance my opponent has connected with it. I am checking and waving the white flag on this one. I was happy to go for my pre-flop steal. Did not work. And now giving it up, letting it go. Goes for the bluff on the river, though. No dice. No dice. Guess he's just trying to fold out like a pair. We'll see a limp. Could go either way. Rodrigo. He could raise because with the deuce, he'd rather just get his opponent to fold. But the queen high could be good. Just take it to the post-flop streets. And in a lot of these blind versus blind pots, limp pots, the first person to bet is going to win it, which is why if you're the small blind, generally just fire a bet. What's the worst that could happen? And if you're the big blind and they actually check to you, fire a bet. What's the worst that could happen? You know, even if you don't have the best hand out, you could always improve to a better hand later. It's pretty much free roll to go for it, and generally costs very little relative to the size of the pot to, you know, throw a min bet or a 40% pot out there. All right, we see Michael not getting seduced by suitedness, folding that 7-5 suited, dropping it like it's hot. Olivier on 13 blinds. This is probably just going to be a shove. Takes it down. And I think we'll probably see Rodrigo open here. Olivier's probably going to shove. 15 blinds, a very solid ace. Rodrigo is opening all kinds of aces. He's not just opening ace-jack. If this were a full table, yes. You don't just rip it in with ace-10 here, but four-handed, facing a cutoff open, ace-10 is perfectly good to jam. And it's for 15 blinds, which is kind of that sweet spot for jamming. You know, 12 to 24 blinds, really good stack sizes for shoving, really good risk-reward ratio. And that's what he's going to get here. Should just take it down. I don't see Rodrigo calling for 10 million here. Just doesn't seem like a good spot to gamble. He's comfortably in first with 30 million. He doesn't need to be running the cards with people. He can just steal, steal, steal. Y'all know the deal. All right, Michael limps in, flops top pair. If he can induce a little bluffski from Rodrigo, he's like, come on, bro. Just one bet. Just a little bet. Just put a little something in the pot, man. Anything. 800,000. Please. Maybe you'll get... No, Rodrigo didn't even fire one, man. I'll take my free flop. Let me realize my equity. I didn't get none. Take it, man. Take it. Zamani should be shoving here with the fours. Likely shoving with the fours off 10 bigs. Effectively, that's what he does. He doesn't quite go all in there. He went in for half his chips. Reason being, if it goes shove, call, he can fold and potentially ladder up two spots for $100,000 without having to win the pot. Whereas if he shoves and it goes call, 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 he needs to win the all in to ladder up. So I think that's the thinking behind only putting in half the chips there. And I could see Olivier doing anything with this. Probably not shoving. Could min raise. Could limp to trap Martin. We know Martin's like hyper aggressive. So a limp is kind of attractive here. Yup. Martin doesn't take the bait. And for what it's worth, it's very rare that it actually goes like shove shove and that half jam actually gets a ladder, but it's a free roll at, you know, potentially 43 or $100,000, so why not? It's one of those small edges that adds up to big profit, right? Olivier maybe limps on this stack size, shoves on this stack size. Okay, he does cover both. What do you guys do if you're Michael, man? You can't call, right? You can't call with 20 bigs. The power of the push. Power of the push. Well done, Olivier. All right, this is certainly going to be a big pot. Ace 9 suited is a shove for 10 blinds from the cutoff. Rodrigo will likely call, and then Olivier will likely go all in, and Rodrigo will be getting a price. I think we're going to see a three-way all in here. I guess maybe if Rodrigo just calls and Olivier shoves, then the price isn't right. But yeah. Here we see it. Now this is interesting, right? Olivier is going to move all in here. This is a spot where Martin could conceivably fold to ladder and save the 5 blinds, but he needs Rodrigo to win the all-in. And the thing is, when it's ISO and then cold 4-bet, Olivier's range is stronger than Rodrigo's, so odds are Olivier's winning more often than Rodrigo, and therefore he's not going to get the ladder from folding. So I think he'll probably still call off. But if it had gone, I don't know, reshove call, maybe he folds and we see that. Whoa. That just, I mean, I get it. You don't want to run it against the chip leader there. And he could occasionally have better, but like, and here's the thing, Olivier has no fold equity, right? I was saying if he jams, we're going to see a three-way all in. So since he knows he's getting called, he actually folded ace king there. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't run it there. I guess because like, but here's, man, if he loses to Rodrigo, he still gets third minimum, which is 156. The only way he doesn't get top 3 is if Martin wins, Rodrigo gets the side pot, and he gets busted, which is pretty unlikely. Now, is he likely to get second place? More likely to get second place by not playing the pot? Maybe, but playing this pot and winning gives him that chance at having the chip lead and having a shot at first. I'm kind of surprised I see that we saw him fold here, even though he had no fold equity. Zamani really trying to get that running hot emoji to get the job done, but it doesn't. And we see once again that if Olivier had run the cards, he would have had all the chips. All the chips. This 17 million plus another, what, 8? He would have had like 42 million. Rodrigo would have had 12. I'm very surprised by that fold. I understand why he made the fold. I'm just very surprised by it. Thought that's one of those spots where it's just, yo, man, you got to run the cards. Cards are, it's ace king, man. Ace king sub 20 blinds, too strong. Now he comes in for a 15 blind shove. This should get through, no problem. What do you guys think about that fold with ace king? Reasonable? Ridiculous? Reckless? What are you guys thinking? I mean, he was pretty much giving himself a great shot at a ladder for $50,000, which he got 40,000. But even if he runs it, as long as Zamani gets busted by either of them, he gets the 40K ladder. He doesn't get the second place, but he gets the 40K ladder, and he gives himself a chance to win. I'm very surprised. Very surprised. Anyway, nice limp shove there from Michael. Takes it down. You guys saying ridiculous fold? All right. Smash the old like button if you think it was a ridiculous fold. Don't if you don't. I'm Prezyme says is awful. Those painstaking words. Dario, surprised no one had a pair. Reasonable. Gindok says not ridiculous. And you know who Gindok is? He's a WSOP bracelet winner himself. That's fair. Magic Weezer thinks that, you know, he thought he was up against a pair and an ace X where one of his outs is not there and he's not as live as he could be. People don't make this mistakes in micro stakes. That's true, but they don't have $50,000 ladders in micro stakes. And I think part of that fold there was the real money implications of folding. Like, that is a ton of money he's making. And he's preserving his second place chip stack by folding going into three-handed. Potentially. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Shumcooley. Anyway, we see the raise from ace-9. With mid-pair, I think we'll probably see a c-bet and a call. It's not a great hand for Rodrigo, but it is second pair on a board that has no Broadway cards. If Olivier fires the second barrel on this overcard king, Rodrigo will probably fold. Because he's either got 5 outs, like 10% equity against a made hand, or he's like a slight favorite against like a 10-outer overcards and a gut shot going to the river. There's a difference between people going for and those who just settle. True, L Shakes. Very true. Wow, Red Stang's back just in time, man. You picked a great time to come back to the stream, dude. We're three-handed, sweating this final table action. $156,000 locked up. $297,000 to the winner, plus a World Series of Poker bracelet. We've seen some really cool plays here. Some really interesting spots. And yeah, I think we'll see a shove here from Michael. We've seen Rodrigo playing like real wild and real splashy. We've seen Olivier playing more on the conservative side. And we've seen Michael likes to see flops when possible, but he's not as like swing for the fences as Rodrigo. He seems to be like looser pre-flop. Rodrigo is like very creative post-flop, and Olivier is just kind of like solid. I was curious if we were going to see a call here from bottom pair or not. I thought maybe with there being 2 Broadway cards out there that he wouldn't call the flop bet, but these Brazilians just do not like to fold to the flop. It's live table, we're doing a replay. Red Sting, GG has given us access to the cards up final tables on a 30-minute delay. This is the tournament we played Wednesday, so we're doing like a slight delay replay, like basically 24 hours. But the ones we're going to be doing on Saturdays and Sundays will be as live as possible. We'll be commentating them like basically as the events are happening. So we got some really exciting stuff coming over the next 6 weeks over on the Grips Poker Training channel, Twitch and YouTube. Rodrigo probably going to open. Awkward spot with 5s on this stack size. 30 blinds kind of feels like too much to shove with ICM. Calling with the small pair out of the blinds. Going to be tough to play out of position. But that is the option he does take. And then I guess just check fold. Yeah, do you guys think Olivier would have folded jacks in that spot? Jacks, queens? Yeah, do you guys think Olivier would have folded jacks in that spot? Jacks, queens? All right, Michael limping in here, going for that limp shove again. Unsuccessful. But gets in it. What are the times under the cards? Red Stang asks. These are the this is their time bank that they have saved up. Their time bank, this is the percentage of hands that they're playing. This is the country that they're representing. Stack sizes. Rodrigo catches a pair on the river, gets that value. Like a boss. And now Michael gonna get that steal through on the button. Got the king. Good enough. And big hand alert, Twitch chat. Big hand alert, pocket kings. Olivier goes for the slow play here. Kind of like it, you know, if he's going to be flatting with fives out of the small blind and then, you know, being forced to fold, why not flat with kings out of the small blind? Because the flop comes ace, jack, deuce, all diamonds, and it's going to be kind of hard to, yeah, win that pot. Also, what are they, 25 blinds deep? 3-bet. Wow. 5-6 offsuit wins this hand. As if. 5-6 offsuit wins this hand. As if. I don't think it was a scared call. I think he had more of a plan there. He wanted to keep Rodrigo's range in there and give Rodrigo a chance to flop top pair. And then he has the overpair. He could have got, if it came out, you know, Rodrigo has like 8-9 offsuit and the flop comes 9 high or 8 high. Olivier is going to get a lot of chips out of that situation. But as it stands, he did not. And Rodrigo not going to be flatting. He's 3-betting. Olivier finds the fold. Nicely done. That was definitely a trap for sure. Just a really unlucky run out for him. Sometime, trap you. Yo, nice run. Boom to boom. Congratulations. Don't you want to fold out the third player? Yeah. Yeah, you can also invite the third player to potentially like squeeze all in. Like if Michael had, say, ace jack and it goes raise flat, he's going to shove it. Whereas if it goes raise 3-bet, he might fold it. So there are some extra hands that you get value from slow playing there. Yes, you take a risk when they have, you know, an offsuit connector or a suited connector like he did. But that was the risk that Olivier decided to take there. Shramo, please refresh. Your chat is behind. All right, Rodrigo gets the top pair here. Leads, takes it down. All right, boom to boom. Phoenix, are you still in it? If you are, let's go, man. Let's go. Taking down the bounties. Olivier with a monster flop for ace 10 of clubs. Gut shot, nut flush draw. Turns an open ender to go with it. Very, very nice stuff here. And he induces the bet from Michael with the old quiggity high. Quiggity high. Check calls. Michael with nothing. Can he find the barrel? The small barrel to fold out ace high, I guess. Olivier is going to find the fold button. All right, we'll likely see a raise from Olivier here. With Michael's style, wouldn't be surprised if we see a flat call here. Also, not too surprised to see a 3-bet here. Throwing it into his semi-bluffing range. You know, he's going to be 3-betting his ace-kings, his big pairs, and then he wants to balance that range out by having some suited connectors in there. Maybe some suited aces in there, ace-5 suited, although he might flat ace-5 suited. But the small suited connectors are a nice type of hand to balance with because they allow you to cover more different boards that can come out. When it comes 3, 4, 5, you can still have the nuts, things like that. And obviously when your opponent folds, the lower your hand is, the more you benefited from getting them to fold. So 7, 6 suited benefits more from them folding than 9, 10 suited does. And 5, 4 suited benefits the most because you always have the second best hand. So those are nice hands to balance your 3-betting range with there. And Michael comfortably in second place after that. I think we'll see a shove here from Olivier and a fold from Michael. Michael comfortably in second place after that. I think we'll see a shove here from Olivier and a fold from Michael. Rodrigo probably get this through. All right, this could be a big pot here. Pocket 5s on the button for 20 blinds. Open shoving seems reasonable, 3-handed. Raising to 2.5x seems reasonable. And there's no way Olivier's folding ace-jack suited here. Being the 3rd place stack, 15 bigs. I don't know if Michael ever has ace-10 here. His open shoving range may be like exclusively pairs. But even still, probably just a spot where Olivier, even if the cards were turned up, he'd probably be like, yeah, man, we got to run it. I want a shot at that big stack to play heads up for all the money. And he needs an ace, a jack, or a king. King only after that 5 comes on the turn, and an ace is no good. That's going to be GG for Olivier. Big Pappy Boss Rebello, probably Rebello, who's taking home $156,673 for his 3rd place finish. We are now heads up for the W, for the win. We're going to slow it down to normal speed. We were watching on 1.25x there just so we could blaze through it a little bit quicker. And now we are down to the heads up match. $215,000 locked up, $297,000 for the win. So this is an $82,000 heads up match, plus the bracelet, plus the name etching in history, World Series of Poker glory for one of these 2 players. Will it be Michael from South Africa? Will it be Rodrigo from Brazil? Get your votes in the chat. Let us know. Poll. Who's gonna win? Rodrigo, Mikey. All right, Twitch chat. We got the poll. Get your votes in. See Rodrigo coming in with the check raise, bottom pair, turning it into a bluff. Unfortunately for him, Michael does not have 8-9 or 8-10 or ace deuce. He's got the goods, and he ain't going nowhere. I expect you to see me like this in the event. I'm what, Red Sting, doing the final table commentary like this from the corner box, or do you mean over there? You mean I'm gonna be that guy? That guy. I like the sound of the latter more than the former. Although former is decent too. Yeah, you expect to see us here with all the chips, looking over at this money's up here. I'm with you, man. 100%. All right, Rodrigo coming in with the raise, takes it down. Takes it down. The pocket jacks, great hand. Not the best flop for pocket jacks, but still the goods. Probably see Michael just check it down. We've seen he's pretty good at trying to like induce bluffs from his opponents. Probably see Michael just check it down. We've seen he's pretty good at trying to like induce bluffs. Got 4 votes for Rodrigo, 8 votes for Mikey. 5 votes on Mikey. 8 votes for Mikey. Roll it over to a 69%. It's a good number, you know. It's a good number. And we see it open from ace-4. Reshove from Michael for 25 bigs. Looks good. Probably going to get it through. I don't think Rodrigo is going to call off with a baby ace. Blind v blind here. That out of there. YouTube chat. There it is. Dario says Mike will win. The chat is coming out. Yo, what up, Young Berlin, man? Doing great, man. How about yourself? See, a limp from Rodrigo. This could be a plan for a limp shove. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did I just hear Red Stang coming in with 5 gift subs? Is that the WSOP music? Oh my god, you love to hear it. It's so perfect. It is so perfect right now. I'd like to welcome in Zor1138, just playing 21. Oh, I like that, just playing 21. G-Father 1738, Wawa SC, and M Solomon. Welcome to Team Grips, guys. Hope you're ready to stack some chips, and really hope that you are enjoying tonight's final table cards up coverage of the World Series of Poker. Oh man, that music got me feeling good, man. That music got me feeling so good right now. Shout out to Red Stang, #1 supporter of the channel, always making it rain on the bros with them gift subbies. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. Sorry, I got a little distracted here. Let's run this hand back. Limp call. Did you see a check on the flop, or did Michael bet here with bottom pair? Okay, check on the flop. Rodrigo turns 2 pair. Going for a value bet here. Michael gonna call here with a pair. He's happy to take it to showdown, and a beautiful river card for Michael. That's gonna give him trip 7s, top kicker. And I think we will certainly see a raise here. Take it down. Yeah, what up, Wawa SC? No delay, my friend. Live commentary. Final table coverage. The best. All right, this is gonna go through. Rodrigo can't call with Queen 4. He can call his best buddy and tell him how pissed he is that the river was a 7 and that his Queen 4 got counterfeit, but he will not be finding the call button for 17,091,196 chips. I do not think so. I do not reckon that's going to be it. All right, 8-7 suities for Rodrigo, Queen 7, Queen 4 suited for Michael, diamond on diamond. Got a bottom pair for Michael and a gutter for Rodrigo. If Rodrigo comes in for that small C bet, you know, 800,000 or so, probably going to be a check call from Michael. It's probably just in check call mode, right? Pretty chunky bet, though. Pretty chunky bet. You just have bottom pair. You do beat all the draws. Question is, would 5x bet like this? No, 5x would have bet the flop. Would 9x bet like this? Maybe. 9x might have bet the flop, though. So, given that 9x probably bets the flop, actually, Rodrigo is basically representing a turn 10 that didn't bet the flop. Draws, you know, overcards, gutters, open-enders, turn flush draws, and some traps. You know, maybe he's got, I don't even know, 4s would have shoved pre, 5s would have shoved pre, 9s, 4-5 suited. Those are the value hands. And Michael, rivers, 2 pair. But the clubs are one of the hands that Rodrigo was repping here. So it's reasonable for him to continue if check 2. But Michael goes in for the, oh man, I used to call this one the head explosion bet. Because when you put that bet out there and there's such a big pot out there, your opponent's head just like sometimes it just explodes and they just get so pissed and they do something crazy. And we do know that Rodrigo has the moves like Jagger, so Wouldn't be surprised if he decides to continue repping the flush, take the bottom of his range. He puts it in with the 8 high. Snap called by Michael, who induced the play perfectly from his opponent. Nice river. Nice bet. Nicer bet. Nicest result. That is going to be a first place finisher for Michael Klacher from South Africa, who takes home $297,496.36 and a WSOP gold bracelet. Absolutely epic stuff right there. Congratulations, everyone in chat who voted that Mike would win. You guys were the geniuses. I don't know if you predicted the future or you could just tell from the gameplay what was going to happen, but that was a great result and very well played final table. Really good stuff. I especially loved watching Martin Zamani play there and Rodrigo. I've picked up a couple of really nice things from them. Martin with his extreme aggression, Rodrigo with his creative spots to go for the stabs, the leads, taking the initiative away. I was surprised by the ace-jack call from Rodrigo against Hoao. It was correct, and it's, you know, what positioned him to get the win. I was kind of surprised by that. And Michael kind of just navigated his way rather low-key, got it done. The power of just playing the survival game in tournaments. You don't always have to be the one big swinging like Martin was wielding the stack round. You can just navigate your way through the field until you make it to the top, and that's exactly what Michael did, getting a huge payday. So massive congratulations to him. Great job, well played, and all the good things. If you guys enjoyed this coverage of the final table, make sure to come back on Sunday. I will be playing the World Series of Poker myself. We have made day 2 with a very large stack in the $100 opener event, which has 300K up top. And if we're not at the final table ourselves, we will be casting the final table on Sunday of whatever the most exciting event is. I've also put in a request to my contact at GG, the one who kind of set this all up, to see if we can get a feed up tomorrow for the 6 max. It's not guaranteed, but I'm going to try my best to get us that action so we could potentially commentate that as well. Final table would probably start around 7 or 8 p.m. So it would be similar to tonight, and it would be completely, 30-minute delay live as it's happening. Thank you for the follow, EHL Shakes. If you guys want to play the WSOP and you want to get ready for it and you live somewhere where you're able to play on GG, we have a free WSOP bundle to help you get prepared. It includes my 10-part MTT video guide, Tournament Poker Fundamentals, and my WSOP winning formula, which you can get all for free when you create a new account at GG Poker and deposit whatever amount you want. So that's the special promo we have going on for the WSOP. It is an improved version of that Gripst training bundle, and it's available at gripst.com/WSOP. So yeah, I will throw a link in the description for that if you guys want to check it out. And we are going to say peace out to YouTube. See you guys tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, we'll see you guys on Sunday. We will also be streaming the home games on Saturday night, the home games on Sunday night, and some high stakes poker tournaments on Sunday as well. If you guys want to keep watching, feel free to come join us on Twitch. We're going to have a little more fun before we wrap up the show, probably play a little marbles, and that's available at twitch.tv/Gripst. So I will throw a link for both of those in the YouTube chat, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who tuned in to watch this final table live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I did casting it, and I look forward very much to sharing the next one with you. Till then, you know what to do. Take what you learned, go out there, get stacking.